Opa, boa. E aí, socorro, no lixo é tu. Meu fã, meu fã, meu fã. Ô, aí, Léo, muito bom esse jogo, velho. Muito bom, mano. Compra ele, tá em promoção. Aí, seu babaca, vou escolher teu comentário, hein, mano. Vou te banir da minha live. Mandei link pra minha tia, mandei link pra todo mundo, só tu entrou, hein, velho. Pô, é muito bom, velho. É um RPG da hora, velho. É tipo. Esse aí tá carregando aí. Tipo, é muito bom, mano. Acho que foi o jogo do ano de 2015, mano. 2015, 2014. É meio bugadão, mas é tipo, porra, da hora, viciante. Aí, vamos lá. Tá. Boa, Balta, suave. Aí, Balta, depois abaixa o jogo lá, mano. O jogo e as DLC, mano. É muito bom esse jogo, velho. Da hora, hein, mano. É, pô, que nem Rainbow Six, né, ô Léo? Ô, eu tô jogando com a tela pequena, mano, porque eu tava vendo os comentários pelo celular, era muito ruim ver pelo celular, eu deixei pra ver pela tela do Play. Só que ocupa muito espaço, mano. Mano, os cara é muito arrombado, né, mano, no R6 do PC, né, mano? Os caras é muito viciado, velho. Viciado é pouco pra aqueles caras lá, mano. Os caras é maníaco naquele jogo. Da hora, tem uma par de coisa agora. Porta. O pior é que esses dias eu fui jogar, mano, eu não consigo mais jogar mais, velho. Não consigo, velho. Os caras, eu vou jogar com os caras, eu só levo uma bala na cabeça e já era, morro. É mó. É mó. É mó ruim quando acontece isso aí, mano. Tu perde a vontade de jogar, velho. Não fica com vontade nenhuma de jogar. Tu platinou então? Ô, eu queria jogar o Ragnarok, mano. E aí, Júnior, cê é doido, hein? Cê é doido, hein? Ô, o foda é matar as Valkyrias, né, mano? Esse é o foda, as Valkyrias que é foda de matar. Vou falar pra tu, no primeiro lá, o God lá de Play 4 lá, mano, eu não matei nenhuma Valkyria, mano, que era muito ruim. Aí, o Júnior foi o primeiro amigo que eu fiz no videogame, mano, que leva pra vida toda, na moral. Era desde a época do BO2, mano. Jogava pra caraca, né, Júnior? E nós brigando no Minecraft, lembra, mano? Eu não tenho. Vou fazer pra cá esse bagulho. Não, não é gay não, velho. Ele é homem. Eu sou, mas ele é homem, velho. Eu acho, né? Porque ele é piá também, velho. Ele é de Curitiba, ele. Paraná. Perdão, perdão. Ô, cara, o que eu faço aqui? Ele é maconheiro que nem tu, viado. Maconheiro também. Vê se vocês não moram perto um do outro, pô. Caralho, tem muita coisa nessa DLC que eu não sei mexer em nada, viado. Vamos fazer um gerador, vai. Preciso de alumínio. 25 alumínio.
A sight to see that you've done real good for these people.
Ô, mano, o Igor eu falei com ele esses dias, mano. Só que eu acho que eu perdi o contato dele de novo. O Maurício eu tenho. O Maurício eu jogava R6 com ele. Mano, o Matheus eu não lembro dele, acredita? Eu tenho que lembrar dele. Pra saber quem ele é. Eu lembro do Matheus. O Matheus não, eu lembro do Maurício, do Igor. Ah, mano, GTAzinho, né, mano? Pô, era da hora, hein, mano. Cara, é mó saudade daquela época boa pra porra, mano. Nossa, ainda reclamava daquela época, acredita? Se eu soubesse que era tão bom aquela época, eu tinha aproveitado mais. Pô, mano, não, lembra quando a gente jogava BO2, mano? Ô, chegava da escola e já te ligava, mano. Aí eu falei, ei, Pia, bora jogar, bora jogar. Ô, nós ficava até as 4, até as 5 da manhã jogando. Ô, Minecraft também. Pô, era da hora, mano. Aí, lembra do Clayton, mano? Acho que tu não lembra do Clayton. Esse aí tu não lembra nem fudendo, mano. Ah, o comedor de brita que ele zoava a gente, mano. Eu tenho o contato dele, mano. Mandei o link pra ele nesse vídeo, dessa live aqui. Aí não sei se ele vai entrar, mano. Mas ele era da hora, ele, mano. O melhor, mano. Ele falava que ia comer todo mundo na partida. Achava com ele, mano. De alumínio pra fazer esse negócio. Tá, achar alumínio aqui. Ah, esse aqui é alumínio. Aê. E aí, pai, beleza? E aí, Raposo? Caraca, uma saudade, mano. E aí, tranquilo, mano? Ah, sim. Pô, nós temos que jogar, mano. Só não jogo porque vocês não jogam comigo. Que é mó ruim jogar sozinho, mano. Se vocês falarem pra mim que vai jogar amanhã, eu jogo com vocês. Ah, isso aqui é alumínio. Cara, eu não tô achando a bosta de alumínio, velho. Isso aqui é alumínio. Mais 3 pro pai. Não, nós joga amanhã, pô. Amanhã dá pra jogar suave, sem pressa. Na calmaria. Tá, eu falo no WhatsApp pra tu lá, mais tarde.
What's going on?
Eu falei missão, velho. Não foi o que resta fazer aqui. Que alumínio eu não vou achar pra cá. Caralho, eu preciso de alumínio, não caixa alumínio, mano. Se eu não precisasse, ia aparecer um monte, pode ter certeza. Faz demissão aí, eu pego o alumínio, vai. Opa, deu ruim, deu ruim, deu.
Who's there? Who?
Hide from this! You somewhere. Gonna be a good fight, What, scared already?
hold up there. First time in Good Neighbor? You can't go walking around without insurance.
Unless it's keep dumb assholes away from me insurance. I'm not interested.
Now don't be like that. I think you're gonna like what I have on offer. You hand over everything you got in them pockets, or accidents start happening to you. Big, bloody accidents.
Someone steps through the gate the first time, they're a guest. You lay off that extortion crap.
What do you care? He ain't one of us.
No love for your mayor, Finn? I said let him go.
You soft-head cock. You keep letting outsiders walk all over us. One day, there'll be a new man.
Come on, man. This is me we're talking about. Let me tell you something.
Caralho.
Now why'd you have to go and say
Do
that, huh?
nada, irmão.
My heart over here. You alright, brother?
Opa.
I'm fine. Thanks for taking care of him.
Good. Now don't let this incident taint your view of our little community. Good neighbors of the people, for the people. You feel me? Everyone's welcome.
Good neighbor? That what you call this place?
That's right. We cobbled this little neighborhood together out of the freaks and misfits that just wouldn't be accepted anywhere else. You'll see. You make enough friends here, you'll call this place home soon enough. So long as you remember who's in charge.
Sai fora, seu flamenguista.
Well, hello. Every weapon you see here could be the difference between life and death, baby.
Brotherhood of Steel. Let us stand.
Caralho, o Flamengo foi campeão hoje ou não, mano?
Well, Mr. Valentine, I thought you had forgotten about the lonely.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt. Here for Amari? She's downstairs.
Ninguém tá vendo mesmo?
You get caught pilfering around here, you don't get thrown in
Ei,
the
irmão,
pen.
qual foi?
You get thrown in a grave. Dr. Amari?
Yes? I take it this isn't a social call. I didn't
Fazendo
hear
a
that.
festa aqui.
What? Speak up now.
Calma, irmã, calma aí, já falo contigo. É bom.
Bingo.
I didn't hear that. What?
You're the one who can extract memories from a brain, right?
Normally, we only allow our clients to experience their own memories. Now, what's this all about?
We need a deep dig, Amari, but it's not gonna be easy. The perp, Kellogg, is already cold on the floor.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Isn't there some way to make this work?
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Nick's an older model synth. Is he compatible?
That's exactly what I was thinking. If we are lucky, it should hook right in. But even if this works, Mr. Valentine would be taking on a tremendous amount of risk. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. Let's do it.
I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Caralho, que merda, mano.
How do you lock memories?
The implant is encoding all the mnemonic activity in the hippocampus. Think of it like computer encryption. And we don't have the password. Let's see. A single mind wouldn't be able to crack it. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
All right. Let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on. Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location. There. This is the earliest intact memory I can find. Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
The thing about happiness is, you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand. That's what happiness felt like. It's gonna be... I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. And I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. Finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kinda green.
I know. But that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
First synths weren't all that impressive.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with...
You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me. And I made sure they knew it. The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirt. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
All computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find it.
Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving him alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if he somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If he could take me out, they won't be able to hide from him for long. I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never like to. And yeah, I guess it did remind me of, her. Yeah, I'm a cold-hearted bastard for sure, but, still human. Better this way, though. Better than taking her kid and leaving her alive.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Is it over? Are we okay?
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Come here. Come here, baby.
No, I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
God damn it. Get the kid out of here. Let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup? I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long. This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Kellogg.
It's okay. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Well, some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready. Okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Am I okay? Are you seeing anything bad?
Don't be alarmed, but I honestly don't know what to look for. As I said before, this is uncharted territory, but your neural and physiological readings have returned to normal. From a medical standpoint, you're fine. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
You were along for the ride, weren't you? You saw what I saw.
Yes, but it's important we review everything together, in case either of us missed anything.
I saw Kellogg's life. The man who ruined my family. The man I killed.
That's right. He was a human being just like the rest of us, and he had reasons for being what he was, however cruel. How does that make you feel?
Does it really matter how I feel, Doctor?
Yes. You can't tell me that bearing witness to that man's life didn't affect you. We're getting off track. The important thing is that we discovered the Institute's greatest secret, teleportation. The only question is, what do we do now?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil, we need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds. That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
If we need to find Virgil, then I'm going after him.
If you're going to go, be prepared. You'll need some way to combat the radiation there. It's called the glowing sea for a reason.
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor? That would be perfect.
I'll find a way to get through the rads. Don't worry.
Good luck. And be safe. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.